Hey guys, happy Sunday to you. I hope all is well. This week you didn't have anything due other than to read, I believe it was chapter 5 on, no, that's this week. It was chapter 4 on the ideology of substance abuse. This week you have chapter 5 on assessment and diagnosis, and everything we do is leading towards your treatment plan in week 8. Super important, man. It's 20% of your grade. It's 250 points. And I don't keep harping on that to put pressure on you. You'll do fine, I'm sure. I just need you to understand that you need to be thinking about how all these things go. And it really is a mix of 1300 and 1305 in classwork. We're kind of leading to the same place. Because as LCDCs, we'll all have treatment plans to do. So per your bonus points questions, the rules and regulations state that a treatment plan must be done within 5 days of admission. A biopsychosocial assessment must be done within 72 hours of admission. Are there exceptions to that? Absolutely. I think several of you that did them mentioned natural disasters and things like that, of course. But there's other exceptions, and that is, what if your client is sick in detox? They can't physically do an hour and a half to 2 hour long assessment. That's fine, right? You as a clinical person, as a clinician, just have to document that you attempted, right? So that way, when it comes back and it's done on day 5 and not day 3 of the assessment, you will be able to say, well, here's the logical reasoning why we made every effort. So those are the exceptions. Good job for those that did the bonus points. For those that didn't, okay. But I would encourage you to do them because they matter. They help you with points, but they also help you with knowledge, right? So these are things that are outside of the book usually. But that said, assessment and diagnosis as LCDCs, I mentioned this in the 1300 video, is our diagnoses should be a substance use disorder. Even if there's co-occurring disorders, which most individuals will have some sort of something there, but it should always be a substance use disorder. Remember, substance use disorder is the umbrella term. There's alcohol use disorder, cannabis use disorder, stimulant use disorder, cocaine use disorder. You get the idea, right? So there is a DSM, a PDF of a DSM-5. It's an outdated version, but it'll work for what we're doing. I believe I put the treatment planner information in the announcements. I hope you look at that as well. It's an awesome tool to use, especially when you're learning. But that said, we're coming up on week 8 real quick, or week 9, and that'll be when your treatment plan assignments due. And then I want you to think after that, you got a couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and then your second biggest grade is due. It's also worth a quarter. It's a 2 to 3 page paper on either motivational interviewing or cognitive behavioral therapy. So be thinking about that, but that's jumping ahead right now. Let's stay focused on this treatment plan. And so this week you have DB on assessment and diagnosis. You need to follow the DB guidelines as you do in the 1300 class with the 200 to 250 words. Original post due by Thursday. Reply to 2 peers. It's super important you do your DBs on time. So it's such a small class, so everybody has a chance to respond by Saturday, right? You do those with 100 to 150 words on Saturday. Textbook should be a resource. You get the idea from there. So this week you will follow those guidelines. That said, next week, week 7, you have a quiz 2 on chapters 4, 5, and 6. 5, 6, and 7. And then you will be reading of chapter 6 on treatment planning and treatment settings. So some of this will start to make more sense with the treatment plan, is my hope. Then week 8, you have a DB4 on individual treatment. And then you have a midterm break for a couple days. Then you have chapter 8 on group counseling, and your treatment plan will be due. So I'm happy to schedule a time where we can go over the treatment planning as we get closer to it, maybe during that little couple days of midterm break or something. I'll look at my calendar and see what I can do. And, it's not mandatory you attend. But we'll see. I'll schedule a date and see if I can't do that. But other than that, that's what we're working towards right now. So right now you got a DB this week on assessment and diagnosis, chapter 5. Next week, chapter 6, treatment planning and treatment settings. And then you got a couple days break, and then you read chapter 8 on group counseling and treatment planning. Your treatment plan is due. So, we'll get, as we move along, we'll get more into detail on the specifics of the treatment plan, but I would start reading the directions now. I would at least glance at it, get familiar with it, because you don't want to wait to the last minute to do this. It's a pretty major grade. So guys, as always, if I can be of any help, any support, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll talk soon.